Are you ready?
Ready. Born ready. So we're here at my first Ironman, 70.3 Eagleman, and we're about to check in. So athlete check-in is the first thing you do. And here we go.
So you're an even number, so you're going to rack your bike just like you had it?
Yeah. Okay, I think we're done. Got spent too much money. Anyways, checked in the bike, athlete registration's done, so just gonna go back to the car, drop some of the stuff. I was gonna go for a little jiggle jog, move, get some food, and relax. Alright, so this is what they call transition zone, and this is where anytime you finish one event, say like the swim, you run in here after the swim, you grab your bike stuff, and then you run out with your bike, get on your bike, go do the bike, and then when you're done the bike, you bike in, drop your bike off, then go out for the run. So this is what they call the transition zone. But we have over 2,000 athletes here, and you can see how many freaking bikes there are. So it's pretty cool, but also, holy shit.
Good morning. Final words? Are you ready?
Ready. Born ready. First ever half Ironman, Eagleman, 70.3. We got 1,900 meter swim, 56-mile bike, and a 13.1 mile run.
What's your goal?
Goal's to have the biggest biceps in the field, but after that, under 7 hours will be good. I'll be happy with that.
How was it? Good. Good job, baby. Go.
What did he stop and go back for?
Man, she's a beast.
Let's go. Keep going. Go faster.
All right, so we're back here at the good old Holiday Inn after my race and, well, post-workout. Some goodies, but anyways, recap the day. with Eagleman, and I'm really, really happy with how it all went. Ended up with 6 hours, 5 minutes, 10 seconds. My goal originally was under 7 hours. I'd be really happy. 6.5 was going to be like super, super happy. So I was really pumped with how I did. Swim, bike went really well. The run went really well up until about mile 8, and that's when everything started falling apart. Was having some intestinal issues, and then my quads were starting to cramp. So 5 miles left. I think that's pretty decent race with no issues leading up to that. So just kind of tried to fight it out at the end. But everything went really, really good, and super happy, super pumped about it. So I have 12 more weeks now of training. I will obviously take a couple rest days because your girl's leggies are not moving right now. But 12 weeks of training, and then last Ironman race of the year will be the full in Chattanooga. So stay tuned. All right, so I wanted to just make a little recap video of my Ironman 70.3. I did Eagleman in Cambridge, Maryland last Sunday. It's now Thursday. I took a couple rest days, went swimming yesterday, just really easy, and then today was back lifting, and then I'm gonna go for a little bike ride later. But I wanted to talk about just the race. I had a blast. I felt really good the whole race. Everything went really, really well, and just had a lot of fun, had a lot of support, so I was really excited about that. So I kind of wanted to break it down, go over all the events, the swim, bike, run, my thoughts, like how I felt, all that, and then wrap it up, and then we will talk about what the future holds. So the race started 6:30. I didn't get in the water until about like 6:55. They broke it down by what you thought you were gonna swim the 1900 meters in. So I went with like the 40 to 43 minute group, which turned out pretty accurate. So I swam 39:19. That was the exact time that I got through the chip. And going back, I looked at my Garmin. I thought I was like pretty swimming, pretty straightforward, but of course open water, you end up kind of zigzagging. My Garmin actually told me 2,300 meters. So that's 400 meters extra. That's a little extra. Anyways, made it work. So 39:19, my transition, so going from swim to the bike, was 5 minutes and 6 seconds. So getting the wetsuit off takes a little bit extra time, kind of wiping my feet off, putting my socks on, the shoes, all that, and getting the helmet. I did put sunscreen on, not very good, but I tried to throw some on my shoulders. After that, so getting on the bike, so that was 5 minutes, 6 seconds for transition. And then the bike was 56-mile bike, and it was very flat. There was a huge headwind going all the way out to the marshland that we were going through. So I didn't really think anything of it. I could feel the wind pressing. It wasn't like something that was overwhelming. But it being flat, you're constantly pedaling. So I noticed like I would almost rather some hills. So it kind of gives you a little, kind of like you can pedal hard and then you get a little break. But so it was very, very flat. I ended up doing that 3 hours, 4 minutes, 22 seconds. So my pace averaged at like an 18.1 miles per hour. And I was really, really happy with that. I typically, when I'm training, bike like average between 16, 17. So it was pretty close to that. I know when I did my Olympic triathlon, I averaged 19. I was just like chasing people. This one, I was a little bit more reserved and kind of just like making sure I didn't cross any like aerobic thresholds or anything like that. So I felt really, really good on the bike. I remember like around the 45, so I knew I had like 11 miles left. I was like, I'm okay getting off the bike now. So then I sort of, my butt was getting a little sore, all that stuff. So leading up to this, I'd only ever actually biked for 2 hours. which, I think I got like 30 to 32 miles on that. So this was the longest bike I've ever done my entire life. So I was really happy with that and how I felt getting off. My transition too was, so from bike to run was pretty slow. It was 6 minutes and 32 seconds. So I definitely have time to catch up and like get better at my transitions. I did pee in the porta potty. I don't know how people can move and like pee themselves. I was like, I'll pee, I don't care. But for some reason, like my body wouldn't pee. I just felt the like pressure in my bladder the whole time. So like halfway through the bike, I was like, I gotta pee. But yeah, I just waited to the porta potty. So I peed before I ran. So going into the run, I felt energetic. I was like, cause I was ready to get off the bike. So it felt good. The first, honestly, even like 6 miles, I felt really, really good. Even up until about mile 9, that's when I started realizing like my body was kind of shutting down a little bit. I still felt like I had a lot of energy. However, I started getting like bubble guts, like my low intestines, I think, were just kind of cramping. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen down there, but so that was happening. And then my VMOs, like my quads, VMO, just your medialis, so like the middle part of your quad, I felt that kind of like tensing up, and I was like, is this gonna cramp? I wasn't quite sure. So I was averaging actually really, really close to like a 9:15 mile pace. And then towards the last 4 miles, that's when it like kind of started slowing down significantly, like 10:30. So, but the average pace I had for the whole 13.1 was 10 minutes. So that was my goal. So I really hit that. And then so total run time was 2 hours, 9 minutes and 54 seconds. So I was stoked about that. So leading up to this, I had only run 13.1 once in my life. And that was probably like 3 weeks ago. And it was just running, and it was 7 o'clock in the morning. It was nice and cool. This run was middle of the day, noon o'clock. Anyways, so hot after I just did swim bike, but I got 2:09. So the one that I did the practice was 2:07. So that was pretty good. So I was really stoked. After, my body felt like absolute garbage, complete garbage. So I assumed I was going to be super, super sore, but I woke up the next day and I actually felt pretty good. My quads were a little tight. I think things were tight, but I really wasn't sore. I felt pretty good. Energy levels were pretty good. Not that I felt like I could, go out and do a workout or anything, but I definitely felt like my body recovered well that night. So, but yeah, that was my race. So I'm really, really excited for what's to come. I already signed up for a full Ironman, so that's going to happen September 24th. And I did that because I knew that if I did this half Ironman, the 70.3, there was a chance that I would say, that's good, I'm not going to do the full, we're good there. So I signed up for both of these races in October of last year, of 2022, just because I was like, I'm doing it. If I pay for it, I'm going to show up. So I'm glad I did that. I actually felt really good on this race, so I'm stoked to see how the full is. It sounds very daunting still. It's literally double of all that. So 3,900 meters swim, 112 mile bike. However, Chattanooga is the longest bike. It's 116 miles, so a little extra. And then the marathon run, the 26.2 run. So stay tuned for that. We have 12 weeks of training left. So today was day 1, back into it. So hope you guys like the video, and thank you so much for all the support that you give me. So see you next time.